Hello everyone, peace of Christ to all. Today we are going to speak about a specific topic, which is about African and Islam. Actually, this is a question I've been I've been asked to do a topic about it from a while ago by one of the brothers in YouTube. But there's a lot of requests, so as they say, first come, first serve, right? So what we will talk about is what black people consider are considered in Islam, or how Islam really think of the black people. Now, for sure, uh, when we say black people. They are people like us, and there is no different or differentiation between black and white, especially for God. A human being, they can make their own differences because always a human seek differences more than what is seeking, let us say, reason to be united. So people love to discriminate each other, and sometimes it's based on color, sometimes it's based on ethnic group, or sometimes based on religion or gender, etc. So discrimination is something is part of a human being history and life, and discrimination is done by every race. Mistakenly, people they think that it was only the white man who discriminated the black man. Actually, everybody discriminates everybody, and mistakenly people think that the white man only is the one who enslaved the black man, and this is for sure wrong. And we can give a very simple example. The Egyptian, they enslaved the whole nation of Israel, and we know that the Egyptian are African, and they enslaved Israel. So slavery had nothing to do really with color, but obviously because the black people in Africa, they were not advanced uh, in weapon defense knowledge, so other ethnic groups, they took over them, and they were able to conquer them, or let us say enslave them. Uh, so this is something happened before, and something happened not long time ago, and I believe this will happen again, and it's happening today actually. But the way of slavery today is different. Corporation, they enslave the population, the whole population, white, black, it doesn't matter really. You are just a little tiny human being who walk behind the cashier machine, trying to make living, and the corporation decide your fate. These days, corporation, they are so big to the point they have a budget bigger than a state. As an example, right now we are using Google. Google have a budget bigger than many countries exist in this earth. Actually, if I say that the budget of Google is bigger than all of African countries together, I will not be exaggerating. So slavery today have different faces and have different propaganda and different ideology. Slavery always exists, but they changed the skin of slavery. And sometimes you are a slave of your own, self, which means, you think you are free, and you act like as if you are free, or let us say, you convince yourself that you are free, but in fact you are a very, very slave. Slave of the way you dress, slave of the things you buy, a slave of the things you eat, because simply most of people, they buy what TV commercial lead them to buy. This is a slavery. This is a different kind of slavery. It's a soft slavery, kind of slavery. Like they don't force you to buy it, but they made you really buy it by using their technique. You see, when they make commercial, the commercial is made by very highly qualified people who understand like they study the psychology of a human being. So what they do, they study how to drive you to do something for them, which is buying from them, or even doing something. Even governments, when they decide to make decisions, those government, they have a high quality scientist who they study human nature and the behavior of a human nature, and then based on that, they make decision which is going to lead into something else. So it is not really what people think. That's slavery is just one way. Like I just capture a man or a woman and I made them my slaves. That is not really necessarily the case. Anyway, today I'm just trying to share some thought with you, so all of us will think about it, because we don't want people to believe that we are out of slavery. We are still living in the slavery right now, and we will always be living in the slavery until the kingdom of God come. And as I said, the reason is the greed of the man. It doesn't matter what kind of man, it's a white man, black man, it doesn't matter, you see in a poor area where a black man, he control black people too, if he can, but for sure not everyone do that. There's good, there's bad everywhere. So now what we will talk about, and this is my topic actually, it's about Islam and slavery. Before I made many videos actually about it, and my book, The Deception of Allah, I'm not sure how many of you have it. You can get it from Amazon.com. I have a big chapter about slavery in my book, especially about Bilal, because Bilal, the Muslim, they use his name to deceive the African American, to make them, and African in general actually, to make them believe that Islam do not differentiate between black and white. Actually, I just received, I'm reading an email from an African brother. I think, I'm not sure really where he's from, but I think he is from Africa. Actually, he's from Nigeria, from the city of Ibadan, Nigeria. And he is saying to me, I have learned a lot. God bless you. I would be glad if we have a shop of your book in Nigeria so we can access it, etc. Your blessings since I met you online. God bless you, your wisdom. Your video I watch has made me a nightmare to Muslims in my, etc. So he is like happy for learning from my videos, and that will make me really happy. And as we see, our brother here, he is an African, and we as a Christians, any Christian, he really discriminates between people by color or ethnic or anything. He is no Christian. Christianity is far away from discriminating. The second you discriminate, you do not know God. You do not know why God is, made you exist. It's a foolishness behavior. It's a selfish, and it's disgusting. And at the end of the day, discriminating someone will not make you comfortable, really. It's about based on hate. That means you have hate in your heart and you can't get away with it. And hate, something is very dangerous, because hate, what I know about hate is the same as poison. You don't drink as liquid, but it is killing your body. You don't see it, but you live it. And hate is very, very ugly. And the only way for you to discriminate is to have hate. And for sure, you add reasons for that, and or it can be just for because you want to make money of people, etc. You want to use them and abuse them. Like you can be a black person, but you discriminate your own kind, just because you are a selfish man who like to make money. Like in certain time, black people, they used to capture black people and sell them to the white man. So the crime here is involved the white and the black, not only the black, not only the white, because there's a buyer and there's the one who capture. In the time when the African American they used to be sold in America, the one was buying it. He was buying from the Arab in North Africa. All the slavery was coming from North Africa. Actually, you can do a little search in Google. I'm not going to do that for you. There is tons of source of that, and you will see how the Arab African they use to capture, especially Morocco, Algeria, Libya, etc. Especially Morocco, actually, because they are very close from Spain. You know, there's a few kilometers in the water between Spain, the Spanish shore and Morocco. So it was a very, very busy market for slavery, which is Morocco. So now we want to see how Islam look at African Americans specifically, not just in slaves, because there's slaves. As we said, in the old days, there's slaves, even there's white slaves. The Roman, they used to own all kind of slaves. You know, you lose your property, you became a slave of somebody. That doesn't matter if your eyes is blue or if you are black. A slave is a slave. And there is many books you can read about that. You will see even those who they used to be one day a prince, the Caesar, he got angry from him, he make him a slave. So slavery was kind of a lifestyle for some time. In the same time, Muslims today they brag too much about, or they speak too much about how wonderful Islam was regarding dealing with the African slaves. So we want to see here really. I'm going to show you what Muslims consider the good side, just to be sure I'm not picking up my cherries, and we will show everything. In front of us here we have a hadith, and for those who do not know what hadith mean a speech made by Muhammad, and this speech is recorded, and Muslims collect it in the books. This is why it's called hadith book. Now this is the book of Sunan Ibn Dawud. By the way, the hadith book is six. I mean, the hadith book are many actually, but there's six collections. Six collection is considered correct. Six of them, you know, like Sahih Bukhari, Sahih Muslim, At-Tirmidhi, Abu Dawud, you know, what I mentioned, At-Tirmidhi, Ibn Dawud, Sahih Muslim, Al-Bukhari, I'm losing my name, At-Tirmidhi, Muwatta Malik. Anyway, so they are totally six hadith book. And for sure there's a lot more books, but those are not really the top. Those six collections are the top. Now here in front of us we see one of the Sahih books and the hadith in front of us. However, here you see the Muslim, they say this is da'if. Da'if in Arabic mean weak, but weak doesn't mean it's not good. Weak still, I played a video about it. You can search in YouTube. There is a video made by a guy, his name Sheikh Hamza. Just type Sheikh Hamza weak hadith, and you will see his speech, and he will explain to you that weak hadith in Islam does not mean it is bad. Actually, it means it pass. It pass. All right. So Muslims, they try to fool you usually and say da'if, it's mean it's not accepted. However, I'm choosing this one because supposedly this one is good. So if the Muslim want to consider da'if, which means they want to say we're rejected, let them reject it. It's up to them. Supposedly it's good. The Muslims always do, they mention this hadith actually, but in fact this hadith is really bad. A man brought the Prophet a black slave girl. He said, Messenger of Allah, you know, on me I have like a duty of to free as like a believing slave. It's due on me. He asked her, which means the messenger, he asked the woman, the slave, the black slave, where is Allah? she pointed her fingers to to heaven, and then he asked her, "Who am I?" She pointed to the Prophet, all right, and to the heaven. Look, obviously, this girl, she understands a little bit of Arabic, but she don't speak Arabic. This is why she is not talking, uh, which mean she is saying, which mean that to say, you are the messenger of Allah. He then said, set her free. She is a believer. Now, if you analyze this hadith, you will see how bad it is, because this black slave, this black slave, she was granted freedom because she is a believer. So Muhammad, he had to go through examination step by step, and you will notice here that Muhammad, he told them and he encouraged them to free believing slaves. Believing slave, not any slave, believing slave. So which mean the release of a slave in Islam have to do with joining Islam. And I believe this was one of the way of Muhammad propaganda, especially in the beginning, to increase the number of Muslims. Because the news now will say is, you know what, if you are a black slave and you want to earn your freedom, became a believer slave. So it was a very evil plan to make people convert. Imagine yourself, you are a slave. You know what slave means? I think it's something disgusting, right? Especially if you are a female, where people rape you, your dignity is lost. Anyone he can take you. Your master can lend you out as if you are a sex toy. They can use you anywhere. He can force you into prostitution. Actually, the Quran says that. So the Quran says, force not your girls into prostitution if they choose a chastity, which means if a slave girl, she chooses chastity, force her not. But if she is okay with it, that's fine then. But if you force them, Allah is all merciful. Uh, so slave girls was used for prostitution, big deal, with no question. But you will notice here that this case is not really the case anymore. Muhammad, maybe in the beginning, he practiced this to free some slaves in order to encourage slaves to join his religion. All right. But later, the plan will change when Muhammad, he had enough number. He do not need those slaves no more. Then there is no need. Let them stay as slaves. I will show you a different hadith. You will see here Muhammad in his house, all his servants are black slaves, like we know about Bilal, very well known. But in this case here, you will see, I came and behold, Allah Messenger was staying on the mashraba. It's like a high place. And the black slave of Allah Messenger was at the top of its stairs. So what Muhammad he have in his house? He have a black slave. He's not a black man. He is a black slave. So Muhammad, he owns slaves who live in his house, and this is not a secret. And actually, one of the names of Muhammad was Ba'i'ul Abid. Ba'i'ul Abid, which means he sells slaves. And actually, I will show you some hadith about that. So you see here that having a black slave in the time of Muhammad, in the house of Muhammad, was something very normal. God knows how many black slaves, to the point Umar al-Khattab, you don't even remember his name. You see, when you say Umar al-Khattab is a person who come every day to the house of Muhammad, all right, but yet he cannot remember the name of the black slave, because obviously there's a lot of them. And a black slave of Allah Messenger was in the top of its stairs. So how many black slaves Muhammad has? We do not know. All right, let us see different hadith. Uh, there, there come. This is Sahih Muslim, and this is the reference. If you want to see the number, and for the hadith before it, this is the reference in case you didn't see it. All right, let's go back. There came a slave and the pledge in the Eid, which means the festival, the holy festival for the Muslims. Allegiance to Allah apostle, which means he converted to Islam. All right. He, the Holy Prophet, did not know that he was a slave. So look here. You see, this is what I told you. Slaves, they heard that if they convert to Islam, then freedom, Muhammad, he will work to free them. As we showed you from the case of the women. By the way, guys, if you have a question, you can send the question in the right side. Like I have the question from Sah Nom. He is saying, does it Abid mean a black slave? Abid mean two words at the same time. It means black and slave at the same time. So when you say the word Abid, you mean automatically a black person. However, the Arab, in order to humiliate themselves in front of God, they call themselves Abdullah, which means he make himself equal to the lowest, equal to a black slave in the front of Allah. All right. So a Muslim, he have no problem to be called the Abid, like he's insulting himself actually when he call himself Abid. It's an insult. It is like a way of being very, very, very humble. So you say, I am Abid of Allah, like I am like a black slave. All right. So actually, this is a racist phrase Muslim use to humiliate themselves in front of Allah. But he will not accept you to call him Abid of someone else. Remember, Abdullah, it's fine for them, but Abid to a different man, no. Which means it's an insult to be called Abid. In this case here, what we see, this man, he came and he pledged to Muhammad, promising him to immigrate with him and to be a Muslim, to migrate with him to a different city. So what Muhammad did, if you read with me, you will see. I hope that the screen is clear. Let me see how clear the hadith is. Tell me, guys, if the hadith not clear in the screen on your side. Let me know. Maybe I need to make it bigger a little bit. All right, maybe this is better. You will see here Muhammad. So he did not tell him I am a slave. See, the slave guy, he have a plan. All right, he just told him, Muhammad, I became a Muslim, I want to be with you, etc. Then there come his master and he demand him back. So the guy is trying to escape being a slave. He want to go with Muhammad to migrate. You see the plan? Obviously the slave is not really interested of Muhammad. He wanna get his freedom. He's buying his freedom by joining Muhammad. Whereupon Allah apostle said, sell him to me. Here we go. The bargain start. And he bought him for 2 black slaves. Here we have to stop and think about it. In order to make such a bargain, I have to own a lot of slaves. And what kind of slaves I have? I have black slaves. Sell him to me. And he bought him for a black slave. He did not pay money. Muhammad did not pay money. Muhammad paid back by 2 human beings. And here we see the hypocrisy of Muslims when they speak about freeing slaves. It's obvious that all what Muhammad wants He wants slave to join him because he's very short in number, and uh, that was a plan. Later, he will use them as a fighters. But those people, they have nothing. They have no family. They are captured from Africa. Simply imagine yourself in that situation. You are no one. Sadly, you are taken out of your roots and you are put in there, and now it's time to survive. So now you have a new master. Uh, you might call yourself a free, but who dare now to leave Muhammad? Who dare to leave Muhammad? Muhammad, he bought him for 2 slaves. So obviously he is a slave again. But now he is going to live supposedly as a free man, but under the command of Muhammad to do whatever Muhammad wants. For sure, later he will be killed, uh, fighting for Muhammad. Uh, and he did not afterward take allegiance from anyone until had asked him whether he was a slave or a free man. You see here, this is what I said. Muhammad afterward, later when he have enough people, Muhammad, he stopped this thing. He can't afford it no more. He have enough people now. I'm not going to free all the black slaves. All right. The first thing I will ask you, if you come to become a convert, I'm going to ask you, are you a slave? But we saw in the hadith before here, when the black slave woman came to him, he asked her, he know that she is a slave, and he know that she is owned by someone, but now he will not pay for it from his pocket. All right. So if she is a Muslim, well, let us free her as long you are the one who will pay, which means the owner. But Muhammad himself, he will free them. That is a problem now. All right, as we see here. So afterward, which means after he had more than what he can have, he changed the plan. Not every slave we will free. So when you come to me and says, I want to convert, I will ask you first, are you a slave? All right. Otherwise, ask yourself, why Muhammad don't accept them even if somebody want to convert? What's wrong if he is a slave or not? Why you don't accept him unless he is a free? Obviously, because now if he convert, he have to do what he did to others, and he have to free him or buy him, and he will become the new master. So Muhammad, he had that plan for a while until he had more than enough numbers of slaves, and then he had to stop doing this. But the most important here in this hadith, that Muhammad is exchanging slaves by slaves. So it's like a stock market. In order to deal with it, to have a business in the stock market, I have to buy stocks. And Muhammad, he owns slaves and he sells slaves. And as I said, one of Muhammad's names was Ba'i al-Abid, the one who sells slaves. Now we go to different hadith here. Here I wanna speak about the color and racism, a religious belief in Islam. As an example, you have even some, like, I don't know if how you can see it, but for me I see it very racist. Like white heart and a black heart. Black heart is someone is a bad person. White heart is someone is a good person. For me, I believe this is wrong. I can take it as a metaphorical thing, but if you think about it, it's not right. Maybe even today people, they use such a term, but I think this is a racist term. I'm not going to concentrate too much about this, but obviously in the culture of Islam, black and white is it have to do with the color, I mean the good and the wrong. uh, Let us see here this hadith. I asked the Messenger of Allah about all black dogs, and he said it is a devil. It's very clear and very well known that Muhammad he ordered to kill black dogs. All right? Any dog is black, we should be killed. But what is the reason? What is the secret behind killing black dogs? By the way, not only black dogs, black cats, black horse. If the animal is totally black, he have to be killed in Islam. So if you have a horse does not have any spot of white in his body, his face, somewhere, that should be killed. Total black is a devil. And this is what we see here in this case. In this case here, a black dog should be killed. They are not talking just about a black dog. They're talking about a black dog which is totally black, or a black cat. If you see a black cat, according to Islam, should be killed. Now, if the black cat have some white in it, or in the neck, like if she is lucky, have some white or other color, she can survive. They will not kill her. But if if the cat totally white, totally black, sorry, then the death is a must. Now, if we think about this, the black dog is a devil, and this is the prophet of Allah, who is supposedly don't say things from his own desire. He is said by or based of the teaching of Allah. Why the black dog is a devil? Obviously, this is a racist comment. There is more hadith actually about this. As an example here, Muhammad, he said, the prayer is severed, or which means interrupted, by a black dog and a woman, all right, who has reached the age of menstruations. So black dog and women both are filthy. And this is making us, see clearly how Islam treats a black dog equal to a woman. And the black dog is treated badly because of its color, and the woman is treated badly because of her menstruation. If we continue here, you will see here that the things which disturb the Muslim prayer is the three things. If somebody passed by the back of the saddle in his prayer, would cut off his passing on an ass, on a woman, and a black dog. So three things they disturb the prayer, which is a horse and a woman or a camel, or even a camel or a horse or a black dog. And here you will see somebody asking Muhammad, what about the black dog? He asked him, what is the difference between the black dog and the red dog? And actually, I believe this hadith is very extremely important. And this is the reference here for those who are seeking reference. The reason I say very important, because this is telling us the mentality of Muhammad clearly about racism. After Muhammad he said that, the reporter, he was asked by his nephew, he said to him, "Oh, Abu Dharr." Abu Dharr is one of the companions of Muhammad who always used to carry his hadith. What features is there in the black dog which distinguish it from the red dog, the yellow dog? He said, "O son of my brother, I asked the Messenger of Allah as you asking me, and he said, the black dog is a devil." So what is the distinguish between this dog and other dogs? Like what the problem with the black dog? Why there's no problem with the yellow dog or the red dog? What is this distinguish between them? The distinguish between a black dog and a red dog, it is the color. So the black dog is a devil. So the devil have a color. Obviously, the devil in Islam have a color, and that is the black. If you are a black, you have the color of the devil. And I don't mean to insult anyone who is black. I'm just telling you what Muhammad he said, so don't be offended, okay? I believe being evil have nothing to do with your color. It's very stupid, actually. And me myself, I have one of my best brothers I ever met in my life. He is a black person, and if I tell you that this person is the best thing happened to me in my life, you will not believe it. He is really a wonderful person, and he is a black man. Actually, once I left my house, and I thought I closed the garage. I have my neighbor. He's a black man. Uh, he sat in the front of his house just to guard the garage until I came back to be sure nobody will get in. And when I came in, I found the garage door open. Uh, he said, "Man, you are late. You know, I'm sitting all the time just to be sure nobody get in." I don't know what to say to him, really, because simply garage door is open, the house is open. And look how nice he is, how decent, how good man he is. So being a black, being white, there's bad, there's good everywhere. Some people, they might say to you, uh, why then there's high crimes between black people, as an example, in America? Well, you need to understand that there's many still they are living. They did not get into the education. Education is bad, because uh, family is the root of everything. So if you have any educated family, if you have a background of an educated family where the mother, she don't know who is the father, and there's no husband, and there's no family, the way of family, then what do you expect from the child? So a black community suffer more of those problems due to many reasons. But you will notice that the second you offer the black person, the African person, who they are our brothers and sisters in Christ, and they are our brothers in humanity, first of all, you offer them the education and the same thing you have, then you will see they can have a better life. Like, some they are born in a society where drugs everywhere, where drugs is a style of life. So what do you expect? Uh, you know, Health bring health, and illness bring illness. So it's not really because they are black or because they are white. Same thing. If a white person he grow up in a family which is drugs and prostitution, or everything wrong, alcoholic father, alcoholic family, etc. What you expect from the child? It's going to be a miracle to have a child he is not the same as the parents. So this is have nothing to do with the color. It has to do with where you grow. What kind of opportunities you have in your life. Some of us, we are lucky, we get opportunity to go to school. Some of us, we never have this opportunity. You reach an age of you finish high school, and then you want to go to college, but then there's nobody to pay for your college. And sadly, in USA, sadly, it's very disgusting actually that college is not for free. Um, you go in Europe, you will see how in Europe many countries, they provide free education to students, and they give them scholarship, etc. In America, you have to die twice in order to finish your degree. And this is why actually education in America is really not good. Most of Americans are not educated because earning a degree is not really easy. As an example, if you want to be a doctor in America, um, it's going to cost you, if I say $1 million, I'm not exaggerating, before you finish. Well, how a student will get $1 million? Either you are coming from a rich family, or you are lucky to be accepted to be given a loan, and then you have to pay it for the rest of your life. Like the first 10 years after you graduate, you pay back. So I don't believe that crime have to do with ethnic or etc. Like now we are talking about Muslims, right? Muslims, uh, I don't talk about them as an ethnic either, even though they consider themselves a nation. Muslim, they consider themselves a nation, an ummah. So for Muslim themselves, they think they are a nation, but in fact they are not. Islam is not a race; it's a religion. Uh, the Muslim himself, if he don't grow, take a Muslim child, which means from a Muslim family, and let him grow in a Christian family. He will not be a terrorist. He will not think of committing suicide. He will not harm anyone. He don't want to kill anyone. Simply, it is where you grow. What they feed you when you are a child. I'm not talking about food, ideas, belief, etc. So the ideas and the belief, they change everything about you. It's not your color, it's not your ethnic, it's not where you are coming from. It is about how you grow up. Okay? As we say, garbage in, garbage out. So a Muslim now, he read this hadith. He's a prophet, the best man ever in his mind, says that the black dog is a devil. There's no way to convince him that the black dog is good. If he see a black dog, he will shoot him dead. For no reason, just because Muhammad, he said so. The yellow dog is fine. The red dog is fine. The black dog is a devil. Can you change that in his mind? No way. That's it. This is the prophet of Allah, police upon him, saying that. Who can discuss this topic with Muhammad? Like, can you even argue about it? Can you say this is not logical? This is not right? Who dare? Who dare to say to Muhammad, you are stupid? Right? So religion can shape a human being and can change his shape actually, because you are what you believe. And now this person, he believes strongly that a uh, black dog is a devil. Now, if we want to see, like uh, there's a hadith about Muhammad. He saw in his dream a man who is destroying the Kaaba. A man who is destroying the Kaaba, and he was an African. Let me remember the hadith, what it says in Arabic, so I can search it. What it says, and this is how I find the hadith, by the way. Sometimes it's very hard to remember everything. But maybe it's better to search for it in English, so you can learn with me how to find it yourself. Let us see. You will see here all of them. They are speaking about the black dog and a black man, and how the black color is infecting the religion of Islam. Actually, here there is a story I would like to share with you, which I find really funny. Before we go to the Satan issue, a man here, he came to Muhammad and he said to him, my wife, she gave birth to a black boy, and in our house, in our families, we don't have anyone black. So Muhammad, he said to him, do you have camels? The man, he said yes. He said, what its color? He said red. He said, does it have a black? Like, you can read in English if I'm reading Arabic. He said, no, there's not even one of them are black, but there is some of them have like colors, mixed. So then he said, so how does it happen? Obviously, they took the color from them, But if you think about it, how this happen actually? This is impossible. If the both parents are white, the son will not be black. What does have to do with the camels? Camels, they have sex all together, and they don't have, like, it's not a race. Camels have many colors, and there is not one wife and one husband and one family and one nation, and they are separated. White men, white women in their family, they have no black. How the son is black? Obviously, Muhammad, he come with a very funny, stupid explanation. And for sure, you can come with your comment if you are a Muslim, try to defend that. Now we go back to the story of the black man is the devil, trying to find it. uh, let us see. Actually, before I forget, as long I'm here, let me search for the black stone, because this is another issue. Before we go to the black man is a devil, the black stone used to be white like milk. All right, the black stone, as you know, is a stone supposedly is coming from the paradise, and the sin of mankind made the black stone, uh, white. Actually, here we go. We found the black person who was destroying the Kaaba. This is the devil. Uh, this is Sahih al-Bukhari, and this is the reference in the front of your eyes. The Prophet said, "As if I were looking at him, a black person with thin legs, blocking the stones of the Kaaba one after one." All right, and here he is describing the devil. The devil, his target and his dream is to destroy the Kaaba. All right. The title of the hadith actually, an army will attack the Kaaba and is going to, they will be destroyed. The earth will swallow them. All right. So here Muhammad reporting what kind of a person, the one who will try to destroy the Kaaba, the devil who will do that. He is a black person and he have thin legs. And simply Muhammad is describing those poor, hungry black people. You know, at that time, even like those who are supposedly, like I mean, the slave, they don't give him really a food. They give him food to survive, and they work from the morning until whatever, until the time like that they are dead. So they are very thin. They are not really the healthy one you think. So he's describing a black slave who is the one who will destroy the Kaaba. And that is telling us Muhammad always he see the evil one as a black person. Like why the devil is not a white man? Why the devil who will control the Kaaba or destroy the Kaaba is not a white man? It doesn't make sense. He is a white man? No, he is a black man. All right. So this is about uh, the black. Here we go. If you read this hadith with me here, and I believe this hadith is very dangerous actually, and I encourage people to learn it and to take reference. This is the numbers. All right, you can type those numbers in the internet. Actually, the best way to find a hadith, just to teach you how, just try to memorize a sentence of it, like something unique about it, and then search for it and you will find it. All right, like the black stone descended from paradise. All right, so Allah Messenger said the black stone descended from the paradise and it was more white than milk. Then it was blackened by the sin of the children of Adam. Now if you think about it, uh, maybe some of you are like, let us say you don't see it the way I see it. I see it very ugly. And the reason I say that because what he's saying here, that the reason for the black stone to turn black, it was the sin. Read with me carefully, please. It used to be, it was more white than milk. It was very white, more than milk. But it was blackened by the sin of the children of Adam. So what sin do? What sin of a man will do to the black stone? The more you sin, the more the stone go black. The less sin, the less the stone go black. The black stone will go white. So sin and color, they go together. I am black because I am a sinner. I am not a sinner. I am white like milk. This is what Muhammad is trying to say to us. If anyone have a question, by the way, feel free. There's an option in Hangout. You can give me your question, and I will be happy to answer you. So I believe giving me a very clear image of how Islam think of a black person. And if you cannot see it still, it's mean you are blind, really. You don't want to see. Like, if you are a black person and you converted to Islam and you think, no, 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 Islam is not like that. And they told you about Bilal. If I show you about Bilal, you will feel how disgusting the life of Bilal is. Bilal, Muhammad, he died and Bilal still was a slave. Did you ask yourself why Muhammad did not free Bilal? And you will see the poor Bilal. If I type Bilal, you will see a lot of hadith about Bilal. But Bilal simply, this is different one. Bilal is a servant, prepare for us the food, Bilal. Clean the food, Bilal. And Muhammad, he keeps saying things to Bilal, but Muhammad is simply, he don't care really for Bilal. Like as an example, here Muhammad, this is a hadith Muslims they always use to speak about Muhammad praising Bilal. But you see here mawdu', which means this is rejected. This is not accepted by Muslims. However, you will see Muhammad is the one, Bilal is just a servant who do things, and Muhammad, he fooled him. Bilal, you will be in heaven with us, Bilal. Free him. Free Bilal and later tell him about heaven. All right? Make him live as a free man. Bilal is the one who carry Muhammad's stuff. Bilal is the one who put things in his bags. Bilal is the one who put the sheets. Bilal is the one who collect the money. Bilal is the messenger. Bilal is the guard. Bilal is the secretary. Bilal, But Bilal, the poor guy, Muhammad, he died, and still he is a slave. So all of this to tell me that Bilal, he is still a slave. They will say to you, Bilal was the first one who was called to do the adhan, the prayer of Islam, because he's a slave. The rest they don't want to do it. It's a very hard job. You wake up, 3:30 a.m. in the morning to prepare yourself. You go in the top of the roof and they start screaming like crazy. You want to wake up the whole city. The free men, they will not do that. How come Umar ibn Khattab don't do that? Why Muhammad don't do that? Isn't he the prophet? He is the first one to call for the prayer. No, we order Bilal, Bilal, the slave, and we let him do it. So when they speak about Bilal obviously he have a very harsh life with Muhammad. Let me see if I can find the hadith. Where he come to Abu Bakr. He come to Abu Bakr. Bilal, he come to Abu Bakr and he asked him, if you bought me for yourself, here we go. If you bought me for yourself, all right, well, you know what? Keep me for yourself. But if you bought me for Allah, free me for Allah. And this is after the death of Muhammad. Muhammad is dead right now. This is why Bilal is asking Abu Bakr to free him, because Bilal was a gift from Abu Bakr. When Muhammad he died, Abu Bakr is in charge. The master is still Abu Bakr. So Muhammad he died and is still Bilal is a slave. So Bilal is saying to him, you know what? If you have bought me for yourself, keep me for yourself. But if you have bought me for the sake of for Allah's sake, then leave me for Allah's sake, for Allah's work. Here we go. I convert to Islam. I'm serving the Prophet all my life. You know, I became an old man, still I'm serving him, and I serve Islam. Why you don't free me? And you will notice here how much he is desperate to be freed, to the point he cannot take it no more. He is saying to his master that. And you know that that can come with a bad punishment. Now the question here, why Muhammad did not free him? Maybe he liked him too much. Now, one more thing we will talk about, actually, we almost recover many things. Uh, if you go to chapter 82, verse number, sorry, chapter 27, verse number 82, chapter of the ants, in this chapter you will see it talk about the beast. The beast will come from the ground. The emergence of the beast from the earth. Now, once a person, he says to me in YouTube, we spoke about this beast. He said, what's wrong with this beast? There's nothing wrong. The Bible speaks about the beast. But, you know, obviously, some people, they are really ignorant. When the Bible speaks about the beast, speak about evil, not good. The beast, it's called beast because it's not good. And then this guy, he said to me, well, isn't it that the Bible talk about all kinds of animals, called them beasts? This is not what we are talking about. This is not an animal like a wolf or fox or no. This is a beast who will come and teach Quran. This is a beast who will come from the ground to do something for Allah. This is a beast, actually, he is a messenger of Allah. All right, let us see if we can extend this thing here so we can see all the text. For some reason, this text is not coming perfectly. Anyway, you can just search in your Google, copy this, the emergence of the beast of the earth, and maybe you type next to it Ibn Kathir, and you will see this page. This beast will come from the ground, and this beast have a very funny story, which is nothing but like a fairy tale story. This beast is going to have the stick of Moses and the ring of Solomon, and is going to hit the believer in his forehead with the stick of Moses, and he will turn to be a white person. And he is going to hit the disbeliever with the ring of Solomon, and he will turn to be a black person. You can read the whole thing, but you know, just to save our time from this, I'm going to go where it says that. Here we go. تخرج دابة من الأرض ومعها عصا موسى وخاتم سليمان. A beast will come from the ground, with it the stick of Moses, or the staff of Moses, and the ring of Suleiman. And then is going to hit like was going to box you for the infidel with the ring. Sorry, is going to hit the infidel بالعصا and تجلي وجه المؤمن بالخاتم. Sorry, I was mistaken about this here. I think it says that you will hit the translation. Is going to hit your face, or sorry, the nose of the kafir with the stick of Moses, and is going to hit the infidel with the ring of Solomon. And simply what will happen to the kafir, he will turn to be black, and what will happen to the believer, he will turn to be white. We will see here that here. And the beast will emerge from the earth. With it will be a staff of Moses and the ring of Solomon. And it will strike the nose of this believer with the staff, and it will make his face of the believer bright. Okay, just wait. Actually, the translation, I believe, wrong. Because the one who will make it, as I see it here, the one who will make the one white, this believer will be black for sure, and the believer will be white. But in here about the translation of the what will make it white? And here it says is going to hit the nose of the kafir by the stick of Moses. So the one who will make his face black actually should be the stick of Moses. However, this is what the translation say in front of you. Uh, I will try to make better translation when I make my notes in the coming translation for the Quran. So, and it will be strike the nose of the disbelievers with the staff, and it will make the face of the believer bright with the ring. Here we go. Yeah. So the ring will make the believer, and here the translation says bright. All right. The fact the bright here is about being white, very white. And if we go down, we will see that. Even though the Muslim translation tried to make it look nicer. Now here you will see the description of this beast. Before we continue in the strike, you will see this description is coming from the Bible. You know, the Bible speak about the beast. You will see Muhammad here is stealing a story from the Bible, which has nothing to do with Muhammad. He is saying here, its head like the head of bull, its eyes is like the eyes of a pig, its ears like the ears of an elephant, its horns like the horns of a stag, neck like the neck of an ostrich, chest like the chest of a lion, its color like the color of tiger, hinge like, etc. You know, you can read the whole story. So obviously Muhammad is stealing from the book of Revelation, you know, the description of the beast, and you can compare yourself and see how funny Muhammad is, because there it's about a beast who is not good. Here it's about something beast is good. As you see, this beast will make the bad ones black and the good ones white. Then he continue here. It will bring out with it the staff of Moses and the ring of Solomon. All right. So this is a beast given by Allah the two authority, the authority of Moses and the authority of Solomon. What does that mean? The staff of Moses, if you think about it, the old Egyptian, they thought Moses' staff is a staff of magic. Obviously Muhammad, he think the staff of Moses can do magic, and this is why he mentioned the ring of Solomon, because if you remember, Solomon has a ring, and that ring can control the genie and even mankind. So the ring of Solomon and the staff of Moses is simply nothing but a control of magic, and there will be no believer left without it, making a white spot in his face, which will spread until his face was shining white. You see, when we said that before, that it's going to be bright, what they mean by bright, that the believer will become shining white. So in heaven, and you will see that the disbelievers, Allah will turn them black. All right, you do me, and there will be no disbeliever left without making it a black spot in his face, which will spread until his face is black. This is literally black, physically black, not metaphorical. So Allah will separate the believers and the disbelievers by color. All the good ones will be white, all the bad ones will be black, as you see in the front of your eyes. All right. So how much racism we can see, how much proof we need to prove that this is a racist religion. Why I cannot enter heaven unless I am white? Why Allah will make everybody before they enter heaven white? Why the Muslims, all of them, before they enter heaven, they should turn into white color? And why all the disbelievers who refuse Muhammad and Islam, Allah will make them black? Isn't it obvious that this is about, you know, racism? So it depends how much, you know, honest you are. If you cannot see it, I believe you are blind. However, I advise you, if you want to read more about you know, racism in Islam, you can read my book, The Deception of Allah, and you will see there I have a big chapter in my book regarding this, you know, this issue, showing you more and more reference so you can you debate about it. Especially if you are an African American, I advise you, you know, to share this video with your friends, and to you know, to like learn from it, take notes, uh, and use it as a great tool to debate Muslims about those issues. Obviously, the God who don't accept me to get into his heaven unless I am white, this is not a good God, and this is not even a justice. What my color have to do with me being in heaven? And why all disbelievers Allah? Obviously, being a black is a punishment. Obviously, in Islam, being a black is a punishment, as you see, because the one who will turn black is the disbelievers. Allah making all the believers white and all the disbelievers black. So you will spend your eternity in hell as a black person, and the Muslim, they will spend their eternity in heaven as white person. All right? How more, like how many more proofs I need to provide to show you that this is a very evil, racist religion? I think I cannot do more. With this, I will say thank you for being with us, and I want to say thank you for those who did donate. We have our donation. We have 21 supporters, which is very amazing, from all the thousands and thousands of people who watch my videos, and they claim they support me. Only 21 they were real, and the rest they are just watching. Anyway, God is good, and I have a real appreciation for those 21. For me, I wish the number is $100, but the supporter is 1,000. I mean, you can donate to $1, but when you see only 21, that is showing you how many fake people are around, who claim to be supporters, even though everybody share my videos, everybody learn from me, but when you ask them to do something, nobody is there. But the good ones are few, and this is what the Bible says, and the rest are Christians by name. Christ is Lord, Islam is false. And thank you for being with us. God bless.